right, everybody. So we have got a really, really special guest with us right now. And, you guys, Rock Tight Nation out there, this past week you've been spoiled rotten. Last night we have Corey Glover with us. And,
my boy.
Yeah. You guys can already hear who we got here. All right, I'll just introduce him. All right, folks. So, yeah, we got the man, we got the myth, we got the legend, we've got the illustrious dUg Pinnick with us. Doug, how you doing, man? Yeah, dude. It's amazing. It just obviously, I've been following you ever since you were with KING'S X, and just looking over your bio, I had no idea how many other projects you were involved with. A lot of them. Wow, man. You come from a music background, I know, and it was a big part of your life, but it really is who you are. It really is who you are.
Yeah.
How do you have the energy, man? I'm not going to date you here or anything like that. You are in amazing shape, though, I got to tell you.
Thank you.
How do you do it? I guess that really says it, right? Just the fact that you stay in shape, yeah?
I've been doing it since I was in my 20s. I got really interested in just healthy living, organic foods and stuff. Back in the 70s, all we knew was salt and sugar was bad for us.
There was no organic foods, man.
Something about organic, man. Everything else is poison. It's really killing everybody.
It's sad.
There's just nothing you can say about it. There's nothing you can do at this point. But it's pretty much we're all dead, if you don't start doing that. Hate to be a prophet of doom, but geez.
Yeah.
Even dogs are dying of cancer. Dogs never died of cancer when I was growing up.
Right? You never even heard of that. I did. I actually lost a dog to cancer. It was crazy, man.
But everybody, it's a dog food, because if they're feeding us crap, think what they're feeding the dogs.
No joke. But with all these projects that you've been a part of, it's like, I think of it, it's almost like having split personality, multiple personality disorder. Do you ever do you ever find that when you're going from one, group of guys to another, that, you find your own style kind of changing up? Because obviously, like, I'll just reference, KXM that you're with right now, with George Lynch and Ray from Korn. And then, obviously, you've got your boys that you've been with forever over there, in KING'S X. And it's different. It's different, Do you find yourself channeling anything in particular, like a different?
No. What I love about playing with other people is that it's so much fun, because whatever they play, you got to put your part to it.
Yeah.
I don't think anything sucks, really. I think that we all have to come up to the plate and do something that we think is cool, that we do ourselves.
Right.
And then if everybody's doing a cool thing, the music's going to be great. Look at Led Zeppelin. Look at just name all the bands that we love.
Sure.
Every individual had a thing of their own, and that's what makes a band. So with KING'S X, we have a thing of our own, but with KXM, we have a thing of our own.
Yeah.
I don't play any different or sing any different with them, but my voice fitting in with their music makes it sound a little bit different. So, it's all about just being who you are in the environment that you're from.
Yeah. Now, and I'm glad you brought up the fact that your voice is different, because it is. And and that's one of the things that, really kind of drew me to your music, because even though it's metal, you just have that, I don't know if sultry is the right word, but you definitely have more of a melodic sound. It's not as rough, it's not as raspy, it's not, a lot of the grunting that you hear, and a lot of the, heavy metal and stuff like that. Let me ask you this. Obviously you had your influences growing up as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever think about how you've influenced artists of today?
No.
Has anyone ever come up to you and said, "Oh my God, Doug, you've impacted my life. I want to play 12-string bass just because of you"?
I've been told that I've been, how do I say this? The things that people have told me, how I've influenced them, or KING'S X has influenced them, is astounding. It's just so many people have told me that through the course of my career, that it just humbles me and makes me feel like,
that's awesome.
Wow. It's like I kind of don't get it either, because all my life every time I got up to sing, even when I was a little kid and I was 3 years old, every time I sang, somebody would cry or somebody would react.
Yeah.
And it seems like people do that with what I do. So it's just kind of like looking at yourself in the mirror, you know, and other people can say what they want to. Some people can hate it, some people can love it, but you can't change who you are, you know. And I think that's very important when you're making art. You put yourself into it, especially music.
Sure. Definitely.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, no, dude, that's awesome. I mean, that's a great take on it. You know, I want to talk a little bit about your career with King's X. Obviously, that's how the majority of, you know, our audience and, you know, people in the industry as a whole are going to know you, even though you've had a lot of different things that you've done. And, you know, you've been known as, you know, a phenomenal bass player and lead singer for the band, and you've whipped out the 12-string bass, which I have no clue in the world how in the hell you do that. Yeah, I mean, the 12-string guitar is daunting enough. I actually have an Epiphone. And, man, I mean, playing the bass is just a totally different animal. But what's it meant to you to have a band that sustained the test of time? And I know that there was a little scare, you know, not too long ago with Jerry, you know, so you didn't even know necessarily if you guys were still going to be able to keep going on as the original lineup. What's it meant to you to have, you know, stayed together all these years?
You know, I don't know, because I've never experienced it, and I haven't talked to too many people that have had a chance to be in a band this long.
Seriously, seriously.
You know, I mean, it's hard to describe it because it's like a family. We're like a gang of people. You know, we love each other as much as we hate each other. You know, we're brothers. We know everything about each other. We don't impress each other. You know, we've done this for so long. You know, like somebody will go, "Hey, what do you think of so-and-so's new record, Tired Jerry or mine?" And they go, "Oh, it's okay," because they've already seen us do what we do.
Sure.
You know, I can't impress my mates. You know, it's like your parents. You know, it's like they've seen me screaming and hollering all my life. You know, so so you know. It's nothing special the way I look at it. I let other people take what they want with it and do what they want. By the way, the 12-string was originated by Tom Peterson from Cheap Trick. We were on tour with Cheap Trick, and he was playing it one night, and I've always been a huge Tom Peterson fan.
Okay.
And he just handed it to me right before they walked on stage and said, "Here, give it a try." And I played it, and I just fell in love with it, and I got one after that. A couple of them, actually.
Wow. Yeah. Who haven't you played with? You know, I mean, seriously, when it comes to the world of metal and rock and roll, my God, it seems like you've shared the stage with, my God, you know, pretty much it's a who's who, you know. Is there anyone in particular that you've toured with over the course of your career that, you know, really stood out to you? You've got to have some amazing stories, man.
Ronnie James Dio, for instance, we had such a great time. Man.
Oh, my God.
I watched every show. I sat on the side of the stage and watched him sing every night. After the second night, I walked over to the side of the stage where I was stand behind the monitors, and there was a chair there, a stool, and he looked over at me and said, "Your throne, sir." And I sat down and I watched the whole, and every night I watched him. He was amazing. We hung out afterwards. Tommy Lee was really, really a lot of fun too. And when we toured with Motley Crue, we hung out almost every night, listening to music and, you know, just having fun. Okay. You know, I could go down the list.
Yeah, I know you could. I know. That's amazing.
That happened in my life, going on tour with a lot of people that I looked up to and that were real successful and that were fans of ours, is, you know, mutual.
Right, yeah, no, I would imagine there's a lot of respect out there, and rightfully so.
There you go.
Yeah, dude, definitely. But I want to talk about... Oh, I heard myself. There was a little bit of an echo there. Do I still have you?
Something's going wrong. Okay, say that all again. I lost you some.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But I do hear myself. There's an echo. Is there any way for you to kill the feed?
Turn.
Hello.
Turn you down?
Yeah, turn me down.
Is that better?
Yeah. That's cool. Cool. Very good. All right, cool. So yeah, and now obviously you've got the new thing going on with KXM, which we will touch on. But you know, again, you know, with King's X, I know that, you know, kind of things. It almost seemed like they came to an abrupt halt a few years back, and I know that, that somewhat coincided with Jerry and whatnot and some issues he had going on. How's he doing now? Just for your fan base out there, that is concerned about you guys and wants to make sure that they can look forward to maybe another new album in the not-too-distant future. How's he doing?
He's doing great. He had 2 heart attacks, and both times he recovered, miraculously, and he's out running and jogging and lifting weights and training. And last time we played at the NAMM convention for Schecter, and he just slammed the drums so hard. He's back on track and playing hard and being Jerry.
Very cool. Very cool.
And very thankful.
Good. That's good to hear. So you guys are going to do a little bit of touring, or you guys are going to be playing some European festivals this summer coming up? Is that right?
Yeah, we got some European shows coming up. I forgot what month it is. This summer sometime, doing the festival thing.
Okay.
Got a couple of weeks. Paris, Spain, Germany.
Man.
A bunch of places. It's going to be a lot of fun.
The life of a rock star, man. That must just suck to be you, Doug. I swear, man.
It's work, but it's fun. My cousin said, I always say this, my cousin said it's a terrible thing for a man to do the thing he don't want to do for the rest of his life. So it's like everything you do, you got to work at it. And everything, if you're going to get paid, you got to work. So at least I get to do what I love to do.
Yeah, no joke, man.
I'm really lucky, and I thank my lucky stars every day. I really do.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Dude, I can't help but notice, and I noticed it in your new music videos that you had come out not too long ago with KXM. You got this facial hair that you're rocking, dude. I'm used to seeing you so clean shaven, man. What's going on? You having a midlife crisis?
Men of low self-esteem as we are, I didn't shave for like a week, and a friend of mine came by and said, "Hey, you look pretty sexy with the beard." And I'm going, "Oh, that's all it took."
It looks good, dude. It does. It looks good. It's such a different look for you, man, but it looks good.
And the other thing is it covers up my wrinkles, because, the older you get, the older things happen. And so
yeah. Oh, man. All right, so fast forward a little bit. KXM, man, how did this project come to be? Because, this truly is a supergroup, man, between you and George and Ray. My God, dude, how did this come to fruition?
Wow, I haven't heard that phrase, supergroup, in a long time.
Dude, you seriously are.
Okay, well, thanks.
I think of Audio Slave, and I think of Velvet Revolver.
That's a pretty big compliment. Thank you.
Seriously, and I love it. And when everyone else sees these videos, Scatterbrain, which is the new album that you guys recently came out with, it's your second album, I know, and then you've got Breakout on there as well. Dude, it's freaking killer, dude.
What'd you say the last thing? I couldn't hear you.
It's killer. Between Breakout and Scatterbrain, and I've heard some of the other new tracks on the new Scatterbrain album. Of course, your first album was KXM. But so how did this happen, man? How did you guys get together? What brought this to fruition?
I've known Ray and George for a long time separately. I met George a couple times at festivals or something. We said hi and we tell each other we're fans of each other, and then we take off. And Ray would fly all over the world just about to see King's X. He's seen us more than probably anybody that I know, except for J.R. Old Soundman.
Oh, wow.
And he would always hang out afterwards, and this is when he played with David Lee Roth.
Wow, very cool.
And even before that. So I've known Ray for a long time, but I never got a chance to play with him. And he always said, if you ever want to do something together, let's do it. And I always went, and for 10, 15 years, I guess, or maybe even longer,
Okay.
And so I moved to L.A., and he was having a birthday party for his son. His son was 1 year old.
Oh, wow.
And, out here, it's funny. Everybody out here has birthday parties for the kids, but they invite all their friends. It's sort of like a party for the old folks to hang out with the 2 and 3 year olds, and it's pretty cool. I was over at Phil X's last week, and with his 3-year-old daughter, and everybody showed up from Zach Wild to
my God,
it's a lot of fun.
It's
but
crazy.
Anyway, back on track.
Yeah.
Rick was having a birthday party, and he invited me and George to the show, to the birthday party.
Right.
And Ray said, dude, let's put a band together. It's just three of us. We can do this. He says, I got a drum room. We could do something right here. And George says, wow, sounds cool. So, nothing happened for a month, I guess, or so. And, a lot of times when we run into people that make music, we talk about doing a project together. I've talked to so many different people, but nothing ever, a lot of times there's no one to take that. I'm going to go, hey, let's do this. Well, this time George booked the studio and everything. It was so funny. George calls us up and says, hey, man, I got a studio. Let's go. And next thing I knew, 12 days later, we made a record.
Wow.
And that's how it happened.
That fast. You guys cranked it out that fast. You've probably written more songs, or I should say, you've probably scrapped more songs than most artists have written. Oh my God! I mean, seriously, because with King's X alone, you had 12 albums?
Yeah.
Wow, man.
I've got about 100 songs that no one's ever heard except very few.
Oh my God!
And,
so what do we got to do? What do we got to do to bring those things to life?
From my opinion, at least half of them are really crap, and the others are okay.
Dude. Well, you're honest, but so what's got to happen to bring those things to life? You're going to make them with King's X? You're going to make them with King's X?
Nah, I just keep writing new stuff. Yeah, this stuff, I've put old demos out on Moken Records. It's a little label that our friend Wally Farkas put together.
Oh, cool.
Where you can go to Moken Records and you can get a lot of bootlegs and a lot of demos that turned into songs later and stuff like that. I've been talking with Wally about putting another demo CD out of just old stuff that never got released or stuff that got on a King's X record. But in the meantime, I just keep writing. I want to keep going, because when I go back to the old songs, it's like I go, well, I'm not there anymore. I'm not that person.
Okay.
And
interesting.
Even the riffs, even the tone, because every day, you want to move forward.
Sure.
And I don't try to reinvent myself, because I think I copy myself pretty well.
Well, I would imagine so. Yeah.
It's hard to find inspiration, but I think I just have to sit down and go back into my head and what inspired me when I was a kid. What made me want to play bass and what made me want to sing and channel that and start writing.
So what did inspire you? What did inspire you as a kid?
Every day. We never make it. We never become completely happy. We've always got something to deal with.
Sure.
And so there's always something to sing about. And look at the world around us. Oh my God. Protest songs and just, just, hey, everybody, let's love each other. What the fuck?
Sure, right? Keep it about the music. You know what I mean? It heals the soul. For me, music heals the soul. It's therapy, and I know it must be for you. But since you were just talking about, some of the influences you had and what inspired you as a kid to pick up the bass and play and stuff like that, what were some of those inspirations?
Oh, well, the first person I ever really remember singing was Mavis Staples from this gospel group called the Staple Singers. I was like 5 or 6 years old.
Wow.
And she was probably about 13 or 14 at the time.
Okay.
Chic, Whale. And then there was this lady called Mahalia Jackson. She was a gospel singer. She was the first black gospel singer that got to sing for the president.
Oh, wow.
She's an amazing woman. She used no microphone, and when she opened her mouth up, it was just huge. And she was very, very powerful. She had a powerful voice. And those were two people that affected me. And then these people that used to go to a church, that used to come to my great-grandmother's house who raised me, they used to bring their guitars and play. And they had these old twin reverbs with these tremolo bars. And they would play this sort of like bluesy kind of gospel music, and with the tremolo going.
Okay.
And that kind of got me into Sly and the Family Stone, because all of that reminded, when Sly and the Family Stone came out, all that stuff reminded me of those feelings. And so, that's what I've been doing ever since, is trying to find the funk in whatever I do.
Very cool, man. Very cool. Well, I got to ask you about KXM. How come it's not XKM or MXK? What'd you guys do? Did you draw straws as far as how that was going to get laid out, man?
No.
Come on, man. Should start with you.
Cool.
It just sounded better.
Yeah, we couldn't think of a name. We thought a bunch of different names and nothing seemed to work. You know, it's real hard to make up a name when 3 people are together trying to make it up. I mean, if somebody came along and says, I'm starting a band that's called blah blah blah.
Yeah, right.
Then you do it and you're just used to it. But when the whole band's got to get together and make a name, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah,
so,
right. That's
we thought,
funny,
well,
man.
King's X, Lynch Mob, and Korn.
Yeah.
And so we says KXM, MXK, whatever. We
Yeah,
just kept
man,
going
that's cool.
around, and KXM just sounded the best, kind of flowed off.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm just messing with you.
It's pretty simple, no-brainer.
Yeah, nah. I'm just messing with you, man. I'm playing. So, do you have any dates? Do you have any dates lined up live with KXM? You playing with those guys or what?
We have no dates lined up, bro. It sucks. Ray is committed to Korn.
Yeah, sure.
Forever, because that's his band.
Right,
and,
right.
And then for the next year, he's going to be traveling all over the world with Korn. And so he's told us there's just no way we can do anything. And he wants to do this more than we do.
Gotcha.
But can't do it. He mentioned to us maybe we should get another drummer, but I don't want to do that.
No, I mean, well, you guys all have other things going on. Yeah.
Sooner or later, we're going to get to do something.
That's cool. All right, man. So, dude, what's next on the horizon for dUg Pinnick, man? What's going on? What have you not done that's kind of on your bucket list at this point? You got any bucket list items you need to check off?
I want to go to Egypt to see the pyramids, and I want to go to South America and play in Brazil, because what I've seen in videos and movies and YouTube, it must be pretty crazy.
You've never played Brazil? You've never played Rio?
There's not a whole lot I really am thinking about it anymore. At my age, I just want to keep making music and try to find that groove.
That's awesome,
that I've been trying to find all my life.
That's awesome. Well, Doug, I really appreciate your time, man. It's been a blast. I've really enjoyed talking to you. You guys were actually in New York not too long ago. You were up there with King's X, I guess, a couple years ago, and I wanted to go up there so bad. I don't know if you were at Webster Hall, but, oh, man, I was so pissed off that I couldn't make it. But it has been such a blast to finally catch up with you, and I got to thank Smitty from Zenergy Entertainment once again for hooking this up, because without Smitty, I know we wouldn't be talking. Yeah, Smitty's the man. He is super cool, and I'm going to be working with all the other guys on his roster and stuff like that, just because that's what I like to do. This is my therapy, you know, getting to talk with artists such as yourself, and it's just really been a blast. And dUg Pinnick, King's X.
We should do it again sometime.
Many other things. Yeah, dude, definitely. Count on it. Count on it, man. Count on it. I appreciate it, man. All right. So, Rock Titan audience, we're here with dUg Pinnick. We're out.